There's a term in business called ROI, or return on investment. I'm not sure my ROI was too high this year with my tomatoes. Today's Thursday, and Eric's going to get here any minute, and we're going to do a lot of shifting around, pulling tomato vines that didn't produce well, and cleaning out the bean bed, and I've got a lot more planned, so please stick around. Since I didn't notice a whole lot of action in these beans this week, and there's really a point of no return when you've got so much pest damage and infestation. So we're going to cut our losses and take this out. One of the places Eric works, they're selling everything, getting rid of everything, and he's brought me a number of things, and today he brought me a really heavy-duty baking dish, metal baking dish, which he thought we could use to gather up tomatoes and oranges. There isn't a single tomato on this vine, so this is getting chopped back. So's this one. I believe this is my Aunt Ruby's German green vine. Last year, if you watched the video I did, that was my monster vine. This did not turn out to be a monster. I'm probably going to get a half a dozen big tomatoes off of it. This is the most remarkable vine because it has hardly a leaf on it. It's just been consumed in powdery mildew, but yet I have all these tender little pale tomatoes. And I don't know what it is, actually. That's a funny one. Okay, this is the harvest from the front yard. And I'm going to have to read up on my varieties because some people sent me things. But I'm pretty sure this is the Aunt Ruby's German green and this is the Yoder's German yellow. Not sure what these are. There's a bunch of these. And this is the blueberry cherry tomato. This vine suffered more than any vine from the mildew. And I'm not sure what these are. It's so frustrating not knowing what you're growing because it's so hard to recommend, but many of these plants were volunteers. I don't see any blooms, they're all coming out. Okay, that's about all the tomato cleanup I'm going to do today, but I noticed that I had some Henderson baby lima beans that were dried and ready to harvest. I usually just let beans dry, unless it's Blue Lake or the burgundy beans and I eat them fresh. I'm wrong. This is not the Henderson baby lima. It is a burgundy bean. Look at that! While it's early, I'm going to give these plants a little dose of kelp spray.
I found the skin, the lizard, in the box.
You think it's the same one we saw last week?
Yes, it's big.
Wow.
You want to take a look?
Yeah, I do. Oh, I see it. I see it. Right there. We're not supposed to touch it, right? So let's get some paper towel or something.
You have a paper
and paper bag?
plastic?
Yeah, that's what we'll do. Yeah, that looks like him.
This is the problem. See the root?
These are the roots of the beans, and something was eating the roots of the
Yes.
beans. Breakfast. So basically, what you're doing is looking for grubs. Okay.
I'm looking for. Yes, a little quick.
But you're looking for the grubs.
Yes.
Okay. Because he thinks maybe the grubs were chewing on the roots. My neighbor Hazel gave me this table because she didn't need it anymore, and she thought I might be able to use it for potting up. You've seen us bending over, potting up on the ground numerous times. So it's a great idea, but it can't stay here because we have an electric car that has to be plugged in. So it's got to go back there, and the driveway's on a slope. So we got to get that moved today. Today's harvest, a lot of colorful tomatoes. And I've got some Henderson baby lima beans and some Worcester Indian red in here, and a few peppers. And about a ½ pound of the last of the burgundy beans. And a basket of passion fruit. And plums and figs. I hate to go bean to bean, but it's only August the 2nd, and I think we've got time to get another crop of beans in here. So I have these Blue Lake bush beans, one of the best varieties, organic. These are from Seeds of Change, and it's a beautiful white bean. And we're gonna pop those in. Eric is mixing in the azomite, some ground eggshells, which I know take a long time to break down, but I had them, so I put them in. And some slow release organic tomato vegetable fertilizer. One reason I like to get this bed rebooted and back together the same day is because of raccoons. I like to get the fencing back on, and the raccoons can't dig it all up. Oh no, you have one more. That's right.
Go all the way.
I will. Right here. It's between those. Before you do that, let's check the irrigation. Make sure it's not I know
I
it's
need to stay in one place.
it's a slow watering can. So I'm having Eric pull this whole main trunk of the cranberry hibiscus towards my light pole because it was getting farther and farther into the driveway, getting weighted down. These are the dried calyxes of the cranberry hibiscus, and they're full of seeds. Oh, dropped that one. Yeah, I just think it's just too big and it needs to come down because it's going to explode again and then it'll bloom. And it's too big to bloom this way. I know. If I had a half an acre, it would be a whole different story. Oh yeah.
Keep going, the big one.
Right. Okay.
It's too much. I wanna open the roses. You wanna open the roses?
Yes,
I can cut it, the big one, he open it.
If you cut it after that instead of down here, then we would have these growing up. That would be good, right?
Right here?
That's what I was thinking.
Now, start it.
Yeah. That's a big opening. I don't think they'll be afraid to walk in now.
You need to open.
Mm-hmm. I have what I thought was a weed. And I was going to ask if anyone knows what it is. And I just came out and saw this morning it's blooming. Now that's too pretty to pull out. But I tried pulling this out, and it's like a rope in the ground. I could not pull it out with both hands. It looks like a pea or a bean flower. So if anybody knows what this is, please let me know. I'm keeping it for now. I finally remembered to wear my garden apron that I got from Jill Green at Sweet Life Garden in Phoenix. She makes them. This morning I saw one of my doves. They mate for life, so the other one's no doubt close by. And the lizard skin, so we know since our last video that our lizard is bigger. And my hummingbird. And there's a mating pair of monarchs flying around, and of course lots of bees. All of this in a front yard urban garden in the city. If I was in Alabama, I would eat a watermelon every day in the summer. That big. It'd probably be all I would eat. But I can't grow watermelon here. It's impossible. I've tried. It's not hot enough, there's not enough sun, it takes too long. You get too many fungal diseases, etc. So with all of this harvest this morning, I'm eating watermelon from the store. Bad girl. These are the 9 to be potted up. The pots I ordered like 3 weeks ago, and they, for some strange reason, went to my post office box. So we're going to get these potted up finally. I wanted to get this job done while we still had complete shade on this side, but we didn't get there. It's really nice to have a table right here. It's nice having a table right here. Right beside this, you know, it's nice having it right there.
Let me prepare this first.
Okay.
This.
Okay, here are our 9 just potted up peppers. And believe it or not, these are the salvaged squash that were on the roof. We just cut the main vine and there's a little bit of life, so we're going to see if they do anything down here on the driveway, which is where they started out. Eric is moving the wood chips back in this planter so we can plant celery. Those 10 celeries that we potted up 2 weeks ago are going to go in here because this has irrigation. These celery are probably going to be happy in here. Yes, that's dirt on my face. In order to plant in when you have wood chips, because there are like 4 inches of wood chips in here, so you got to move those back so that you can plant directly into the soil. And then as the plant grows and develops, then you can move the wood chips back.
Okay, ready?
Okay. What is it?
Potato.
Oh. Yep. A lot of roots in there, huh?
Esta fruta es de...
And this? Oh my goodness. So the passion fruit is going to take up all of that dirt? Perfect. Okay.
Wire.
Yes, let's put the wire.
Wire. One by one. You.
Did you get these wires? What does that remind you of? Get out. Thanks so much for watching my channel, and if you enjoyed this video, maybe you'll enjoy these. No flies in the mouth, okay? Oh, and hit that subscribe button up there and the like button down there, and we'll be all set. Thanks for watching.